with him, this would be the end of his story. Victory over hardship, he's built for it. He killed for another chance to rewrite his story. He grabbed a pen, he wrote the script for it. He had a gift for it, something like a sixth sense. He backed his bags, man, he's in the bed since. That sentence did exactly what it was supposed to do. He swallowed pride, did what people that are sober do. He told the truth, trusted God, and cleaned his mess up. They told him he kept going, be like he never even messed up. Within a couple years, the boy was blessed up. He used his story to help others who had messed up. Matter of fact, rumor has it that he still has. He makes music, they say it helps heal land. It's real bad once he's helping them through real battles. Real battles, know nothing about. And that's the story of the boy, and of course there's more to it. Maybe next time we'll get more into it. There's a moral to it, something for you to think on. Yo, you should think on it.
Welcome everybody, Chuck Brothers Recovery Loud and Proud. How are you doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome my friends. What a day, what a day. Woo, woo, man. Monday all over again, the start of a new week. Man, woke up clean and sober again today. Woke up earlier than I'd like to. Got quite a bit done, more than I'd like to. I just got lazy today. I don't know why. Welcome everybody. Welcome to my podcast. Glad you all are here. Thank you for your support. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Woo, man. Welcome Stephen. Welcome Mom. Welcome John. Welcome Charles, Robert, Kimberly, Scott. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for y'all's support. Glad to be here to help you all out, help you find a new way to live. Woo! Man, I'll tell you what, I'm wore out. I got up too early, went to bed late, got up here and started running some wires here at the shop. And that's about all I got done today. Been here all day. I'm not complaining, because you know what, like Steve told me earlier, you know, I get to get up and go to work today, and that's the truth. I get to get up, I get to take care of my boy, I get to, you know, I get to live today. In the madness, I didn't get to live before. All I could do was chase my dealer around and hope that he would throw something at me so I could get through the day. Man, I'll tell you what, it's nice that I don't have to get by today. I get to live. I tell y'all all the time that I live more in sobriety than I ever did in the madness. You know, I used to think, man, I'd go to Nashville, I'd buy me a hat, oh, I was a cool dog. You know, we headed over down to West Virginia, went to the beach, and picked up some sand, and I really thought I was living. In reality, I was constantly trying to find a buzz, trying to find me, and I didn't know where to find me. And something ain't working. Something I can't hear myself. It's all right, I don't have to hear myself. Today I don't have that problem. Just glad to be here. But yeah, I was always chasing something. I was always scared to just be me, and whatever I thought I was never good enough. I was never good enough for anybody. I wasn't good enough for me. And in reality, that was my own conception of myself. And you know, I call it my perception problem. Nobody loves me. Get on my pity pot there for a minute. Nobody loves me. Nobody wants to be around me. I had no friends. I was just, the friends I did have, I felt like I had to buy because I had to have all the dope, right? I had to have all the dope so you like me, just the way it was, because I didn't have enough confidence in myself for anything. Absolutely no confidence. And I didn't realize that was a problem. I just really thought that I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in at my mom's. I didn't fit in at my dad's. I didn't fit in on Christmas. And today I still feel that way sometimes, and I got to remember that my brain is lying to me. I don't know if any of y'all ever had that problem. Oh, I do. I tell you what. And what's so weird about it, I was talking to my boy's therapist earlier. Got a little issue going on, but we'll get through it. But I always like that free psychiatry therapist, whatever. I always, when I reach out for her or for Stephen, I always get my 30 minutes worth too. That's the way I am. I'm a manipulator. I got to get my time too, right? But yeah, I was like, Stephen's got the same problem I got. He's got a perception problem. And I'll tell you, you try to tell a 12-year-old that he's got a perception problem, it's, there I am. I can hear myself now. Woo, woo. Anyways, tell them that they got a perception problem and their brain is not working for them. And it's telling them that they're not good enough. And telling Stephen that, he's like, what, are you crazy? You are on dope, Dad, right? No, son, I'm not. And I relate because my brain doesn't. And I don't know why it does it. It hits me out of the blue. It don't matter if I'm in a good mood, bad mood, whatever. And I just look at it as like the madness out there. It's just trying to get me all the time, And I've always got to keep ahead of that game. And I do that by going live right here. Chuck Brothers Covered Loud and Proud. Woo, woo. But that, and I go to some rooms. I get to get out and do my therapy lessons, I guess. My free therapy lessons. And I like to go every night if I can. I don't know if I want to make it tonight because I am wore out. But anyways, before we get too far, I want to qualify myself for the show. My sobriety date is August the 16th, 2018. For that day, I am truly grateful. I do have a sponsor who has a sponsor who has a sponsor who has a sponsor who has a sponsor. We believe in sponsorship. We believe in getting out there and working, doing the deal, service work, helping people out, shaking hands, making coffee. I'd say washing ashtrays, but not very many places you can smoke anymore. But yeah, that's what we do. We get out there and I work these principles that I'm getting suggested every day in my life everywhere. And if I don't do that, then it just don't work. But anyways, August the 16th, 2018 is my sobriety date. And when I was 10 years old, I started smoking weed, drinking alcohol, moved right along to LSD, to mushrooms, methamphetamines, cocaine, crack cocaine, to heroin, or maybe not in that order, but whatever, you know what I mean. I was a 5-gram a day heroin addict, intravenous user. My drug of choice was more, or yours, or speedball and meth and heroin together. And I don't tell you that because I'm proud. I tell you that because I'm living proof right here that any addict can get clean and sober. Any addict. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's not easy. It's not hard either. It's you got to be honest, you got to be open-minded, and you got to be willing to do it. And if you was like me, I got sick and tired of chasing that dope, man. I'll tell you, it was all-inclusive. I was thinking 3 days ahead of time, all the time, and I didn't even get high no more. That's the honest truth of it right there. I just did not get high no more. I just wanted to be normal. And I didn't have no clue what normal was because I've never been normal. Remember I was telling you that I never fit in. So I never knew what normal was, but I knew that I had to have something in me or I wasn't getting out of bed. I wasn't doing nothing. There was a time when I was on, when I first started shooting up, I was shooting up morphine and had a buddy of mine who was staying with me, and he had to come give me a shot every day just to get me out of bed so I could go to work. And truly awful, truly awful. Anyways, be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. Be sure to hit that bell, hit all these little hearts and things and whatever these things are. What do you say, Larry, Scott? Wendy, how you doing, my friend? Hope everything's well. Hope you're getting over the surgery and everything, and you're healing really, really quick. Miss you around. Be glad to see your face. For real. For real. But anyways, let me get a woo-woo real quick. One time only. Woo-woo. God is good every second of every day. God is good all the time, people. Every second, every minute of every hour of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year. God has my back all the time, and I know He has yours. If you just look out there to see it. Just look out there to see it. Oh, man. So Steve up here on the... Oh, did it work? Maybe not. There it goes. But anyways, I didn't make a plan of what we're going to talk about tonight. I really didn't want to do it. But here I am, doing the deal. I find that if I don't want to do it, then that's my disease telling me that it's out there. You know, don't get complacent. Don't feel like you can rest on yesterday's laurels. Because the reason is, I'll tell you what, if I don't eat breakfast today, I'll be hungry. I can't stay full on yesterday's breakfast, so I got to eat breakfast every day. And that's how my recovery is. I work my recovery. Every day I got to do something in recovery. I feel like if you're stagnant, sitting still, doing nothing, you're just strolling backwards. You know, you're going backwards, and that's not a good place to be. So it started out pretty wild this morning. I got the spot on my foot, and it's not a cut, it's not a, I don't know, it's like it's under the skin, and it just hurts. And I'm diabetic, it freaks me out. Been thinking about that all day and about half the night. I don't know what it is, I think. I swear first thing I thought was COVID toes. Oh my God, not COVID. I do think I had that one other time, and back in March. And the more I read up on it, I really do believe I had it. But you know what? I don't worry about that stuff. If you've been through withdrawal like I have, you don't worry about COVID because there is nothing out there worse than withdrawal. Matter of fact, I wanted to die. I welcomed death. I didn't want to go through it no more. I did go up there to JDAC and went through their program. I refused all their detox stuff. I didn't take their Suboxone. I didn't have no methadone. I just went through it, and it was a beast, needless to say. I think that was the closest I ever come to dying out there. I don't know if I ever overdosed. One time I think that maybe it was possible, but I don't know. I just don't know. What are you doing, CC? How you doing, my friend? Thank you for your support. I appreciate you showing up. But yeah, it's I think that was the only time maybe I'd gotten close to dying. What happened was I just puked so much, and diarrhea and the twitching, the shaking, and all that stuff that you go through, and I was filling garbage cans up, that tall, full of puke, and finally they drugged me out. I had both arms on guys like around their shoulders like that, and they drugged my feet like that, and took me to the hospital. I had 1,000 milliliters of saline in my neck and 1,000 milliliters of saline in my arm. And finally, when that all got in me, I really felt better. I think I was going to die of dehydration if I didn't do something. But I totally refused anything. I just wanted to be sick one time. I was done. I knew if I could get through it this time, I could get through the sickness, that I could say I'm done. And that's a big statement right there. That is a big statement, because there's a lot of people out there that can't do that. Matter of fact, I struggled. But at that point, I did not do another opiate. And my sobriety date on opiates is March the 24th, 2017. And I've not had to have an opiate since. And I'm not, most people don't like to have 2 sobriety dates or whatever like that. But the thing is for a heroin addict to get clean, it was a big, big deal to me. And it just was such a big deal because I never thought I was going to I thought I was going to die that way. I wasn't never going to make it back. And the only hope that I had was hearing about the Army vets from Vietnam coming back. And I figured some of them had to make it through the heroin. They had to. And so that was my only hope. But really, I just didn't think there was any way out. All my friends started dying and still dying. I lost one last week. And week before that, a friend of mine's brother overdosed. 2 weeks before that, my friend that overdosed last week, her brother overdosed. So the streets are winning out there, people. They are winning. If you're out there struggling, there is a solution. There's a way out. I will do my little Chuck Brothers 5-minute how you use your nasal Narcan here in a few, but not right now. We're just going to keep talking for now and just kind of checking everybody out. I'll tell you, this is my favorite day of my podcast is Mondays because I haven't done one since Friday. I had Saturday, Sunday. Have a good meeting that I go to on Sunday morning. It's the greatest in the world, and I hope you all have something to get to yourselves. Just got to get out there and do things and talk to people. There, like I said, there is a solution to get through all this madness, and be glad to tell you all about it. I can't really talk about it on here because anonymity and traditions and all kinds of stuff. But let me tell you, you can reach out to me anytime. Right there. One of these days I'll figure out how that works. I'll just tell you, 502-286-0005. I really don't like giving my number out like this, but you know what? If I don't tell you how to get a hold to me and you don't know how to get a hold to me, you might not make it. And I'll be glad. That's true. That's true, Steve. Not as deadly as today's fentanyl, but I was doing so much. I did shots of fentanyl. And didn't even care. I just didn't want to be sick, and I knew the chances of dying was there. You know, it's sad when you're so sick, you're going through it. Withdrawal is just absolutely horrible, and you don't even care that you could die. You just keep slamming that junk in your arms, and that's what I did. And I didn't care no more. I just didn't care. Like I said, I welcomed death. I did, and I just didn't want to do it no more. I went to JDAC, like I was telling you, and I did get clean there as far as heroin, and then that's when the ego kicked in, you know, and then, well, now I can do whatever I want because I beat the heroin. Now I can beat meth. You know, I go do some meth, right, and I can quit anytime I want. Yeah, that worked out real good for me. Yeah, that's why my sobriety date is August the 16th, 2018, because I really thought that I could go out there and do meth and quit. But every time I went to probation officer, man, 10-2 Cafe, all the way there. And, yeah, I just couldn't stop. I didn't know how to stop. I mean, it's funny because my sister used to tell me, she's like, why don't you just stop? I couldn't stop. I know it's so obvious to stop, it's just to not put another one in you. Just don't do no more. That's how you stop, right? I couldn't get it. I couldn't stop. You know, like I said, I was going to the probation officer. I was shooting it up. I was smoking it, whatever, on the way there, and could not understand why I couldn't pass a urine test. Just could not do it. I'd walk in there, I swear it was like, I'd walk in there and I'd see my probation officer and he'd look at me and say, can you pee? I'd say, well, yeah, I can pee, you know I can pee. And we'd walk all the way back there to that bathroom. He'd hand me that cup. He said, you sure you can do this? And I'd say, you know, I don't know. I smoked some weed about 10 days ago. I don't think I can pass this. And he's like, well, you better let's go ahead and sign this paper here. And that's when I ended up in rehab so many times and kicked out of rehab. I actually did all right for a minute up in Campbellsville. I made it all the way to where I could come home and spend a couple hours at home. But as soon as I got through the door, I mean, there it was sitting right there in front of me. And that's a big thing right there, people, places, and things, they gotta go. They gotta go. Negativity's gotta go. You got to change your life. They told me I had to change one thing, and that was everything. And if I look back now, it was everything. I've changed everything in my life. Everything in my life. My friends are different. Matter of fact, all my friends are sober. You know how I know? Because they all come to recovery. They're in recovery. And I stick with the winners. They tell you to stick with the winners. You know, when they tell me to find a sponsor, they tell me to find somebody that had what I wanted. It wasn't, you know, a lot of people think, well, he's got a nice car. Oh, he got a beautiful wife. You know, I want what that guy's got. But I was way past that. I already knew what I wanted. I wanted serenity. I wanted peace of mind. I wanted my life back. That I didn't even know what it was, but I knew it had to be better than what I was doing on that day. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. I hit my bottom, and I got a picture. You always got pictures. You know what I mean? Right here. You know, that's my bottom. That's the worst day of my life. I tried to die that day, and I shouldn't have made it. I went all the way out. I'd kicked my nephew out like 3 or 4 days before, and he snuck in to get his clothes, thinking I wasn't there, and there I was hanging with the extension cord around my neck, and all the way out, and he picked me up off of it, and they called an ambulance, and being the master manipulator that I am, I got up the next morning at the hospital over in E-Town, and I done talked that doctor into letting me out of that place. What do you say, Johnny? Welcome. Welcome. Amanda? JD? Pauline? CC? Welcome. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for your support. But yeah, I can manipulate anybody. I'm such a good manipulator that I can manipulate myself into believing something that I knew wasn't even true. But I could do that to myself. And I did it all the time. I see it all the time with in early recovery, because people go to work and they're like, man, you know what, I deserve a beer today. I'm going to go down there on Friday, buy me a cold beer, and next thing you know, you don't see them. And if they're lucky, they make it back. Today, I know I don't deserve no beers. I don't deserve to smoke no pot. I don't deserve nothing except give thanks to my higher power, because he has put me in a place that I am truly grateful to be. Hey, say, Daniel, welcome. Welcome, my friend. But, yeah, I can't, you know, it's weird, because I'm sitting there, well, you see what I see, and I can't see you all. So I'm sitting there talking to myself in the video here, and I don't recognize that guy. That ain't who I am. I tell people that all the time. I can give the best advice, the greatest advice in the world, that I don't even know where it comes from. I do not know where it comes from. And when I'm talking recovery, I really do feel like that it's God talking through me. It's a weird feeling. I get all excited and jumbled up inside, and it's like I feel something in the back of my head just starts to hurt right here, and my mouth just keeps moving and moving and moving. And then when I go back and watch the show, I'm like, man, where did that come from? Where did that come from? And I have to give it to God. I think God talks for me a lot. I talk, you know, my biggest prayer every day, they tell me to get on my knees every morning and pray and all that stuff. But I tell you, my prayer is God, take over my body, use my mouth and my body to do whatever you want me to do, that I can help somebody today. That's the most important thing in my life, is being able to get out here and help somebody and give back what was so freely given to me. It's you know, that's when they tell me I had to give back, and I got to work these principles that in all my affairs, I take it like it don't have to be an alcoholic, it don't have to be a drug addict, it could be anybody, because it's all of my affairs. I got to do this at work, I got to do this in the bathroom, I got to do this at the supermarket, I got to do this at the gas station, I got to do it everywhere I go. I got a helicopter landing on my building, I think. It sounds like it. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Here, raise the mic up. No, it ain't showing on the reading there, but I can hear it sound like on the way on the building. But you know, you gotta. I heard one time a speaker say, "How free do you want to be?" Now they wasn't talking about out of jail or anything like that. They was talking about how free as a person do you want to be. I can tell you, when I first got out of rehab and all that, my mom just had quadruple bypass. You can ask her. I used to make her go in the store and buy my cigarettes because I was scared to go in the store. 43 years old, scared to go in the store. You know what I was scared of? You're going to love this. What do you say, Dion? Dirty D. M Street Mafia, baby. I love you, brother. But anyways, I was scared to death. Somebody was going to look at me and say, there's that guy right there. There's that junkie. There's that piece of crap, that liar, that cheater. That's what I was afraid of. Not no more, people. Not no more. I don't have to live that way no more. I am free as the day is long. And all I got to do is take a few suggestions, be honest, get my daily reprieve in. Man. You know, somebody told me one time, they said, you know you got good recovery when you can sit in your easy chair at night with all the lights off, no radio on, and just sit there in peace and quiet and enjoy it. You've got good recovery. And you know what? Today I can do that. Then you got to call Austin, ask him what happened today. You'll laugh. It's the funniest thing ever. I ain't going to say it on here, but you'll laugh. It's funny. He didn't think it was funny at the time, but it's funny now, I'm sure. But yeah. Dion. Yeah. It's nice to be able to walk through town, your head up high, and be proud of who you become. Because see, I never was proud of anything. Now, I ain't talking about pride, people. It's totally different. I'm not saying I'm proud of who I become. I'm proud that God gave me a place to come to and help me get to where I'm at, that I could be maximum service to my fellow man and my higher power. That's my job. I'm just a peon. I'm a nobody, but I'm all right with that today. I don't want to be out there being somebody, because somebody, that's what got me where I was at. Ego, edging God out. And I got it bad, people. You know, it's so easy for me to jump up and say, oh, I do this and I do that, and I don't do that. I don't do that. When I give my talk, I don't talk about all this because it's not important. What I do is unimportant as far as my ego is concerned. I do everything I do because I care about people. I'm sick and tired of watching people die. And they told me I needed to give back, and I just went all at it. And glad to be here, glad to do it. I don't make $1 off of it, don't want $1 for it. I just want to save your life. I want to save your daughter's life, your son's life, my friends' lives. And it's, you know, I got to where I don't even watch TV no more. I get a lot of it through Facebook because of the podcast and everything. A lot of people reach out to me, and I hear a lot of stuff. But I quit watching TV since 2021. I have not watched TV since probably late 2018 because I got sick and tired of watching people die. It's madness. It's madness, and the streets are winning. And it don't have to be like that. You know, the two worst funerals that you can go to: suicide and overdose. They're senseless. There's no reason for it. There's a way out. Go back to that picture of me wanting to die there. I wanted to die. I wanted to be happy. I wanted serenity. I wanted to have peace. I just couldn't find it. If I know that day right there that I was going to be right here today with $1 million smile, rocking some recovery, I wouldn't have hung myself, because I tell you what, I'm happier than I ever been in my entire life. I'm happier on my worst day sober than I was ever on my best day using. I used to laugh about that. I used to think that was the craziest thing I ever heard. There ain't no way that's true. How could that be true? Well, it is true. I ain't looking over my shoulders no more. I'm not worried about finding a fix. I ain't worried about how I'm going to buy me a pack of cigarettes. My mom ain't paying my bills no more, people. Literally. My mom used to pay my bills. I'd go a week without eating, look like the crackhead, meth head, whatever. And call my mom, so she go buy me some groceries. That ain't living, people. That ain't living. Today I get to live, even on my worst days. You know what? Because if on my worst day and I'm depressed or whatever, aggravated, I got somebody to call. I got friends that I can call. A whole list of them. And I guarantee you, 99.9% of them will answer the phone when I call. And if they don't, they're going to be calling me right back soon. You know, and they're going to ask me what's going on. And I hope that, like my sponsors, I hope they reach out and talk to me. I hope they ain't one of them people that says, well, I don't want to bother you. But see, when they do call, that's usually when I'm probably going through my stuff. And then they start telling me about their stuff. And I forget all about mine. It helps me tremendously. Helps me tremendously. I'd rather be helping you than worrying about my problems. And it does work that way. So if you got somebody out there that tells you to call them, reach out. Reach out. I ain't seen nobody say, why you calling me for? You know, I ain't never seen that happen. I ain't ever seen that happen. One thing I want to talk about here is relapse. We always talk about relapse, and the reason why is because it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. But if it does happen, don't have the guilt, shame, and remorse. I mean, yeah, at first you're going to. You're going to feel bad. You're going to feel like crap. But don't let that stop you get back up on that horse. Because what happens is you're too scared to go back to where you need to be going because you're afraid somebody's going to say, there they are, just like I was when I got over here. There's that guy. There's that guy or that girl. They ain't going to do that to you. They are not going to do that to you. I've not seen it happen ever. You know what I've seen? I've seen hugs, love, compassion. Glad you're back. You see that pride there? That's pride. And that pride right there will kill you. Because you're ashamed of yourself. I promise you, you're your worst critic. You are your worst critic. Parents, if you got kids out there struggling, my best advice to you is, you know, when they walk in that door and you know that they're high or whatever, don't grab them right there at the door. I know you want to. I know my mom did all the time. She jumped on my neck. Boy, I'll tell you what happens. But see, when we walk through, an addict walks through that door, we're expecting you to do that. So we already gunned up for it. And then when you do it, what happens? I blow up, you blow up, I run off, you're cussing. Nothing got solved. I'm going to tell you another way to go about that. And it probably still going to make me, it would have made me mad, but it'd be a whole lot better than as soon as I walked through that door, because I was expecting it every time. How's your night? Are you hungry? You mind if we talk in the morning after you get some rest? See where I'm going with that? Don't jump down the necks. I can tell you this, every time I told my mom I wanted to quit using dope, I meant it every time. Every time I made that promise, I'm not ever going to do it again, Mom. I swear this time, I got this time. I'm never, ever going to do it again, I promise. And there I go, I'll do it again, and again, and again, and again. But I meant it every time. See, think about drug addicts. You don't get up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to make my mom mad, my dad mad, I'm going to go out here. You know what, I think I'll just die today. I don't want to live anyways. I never seen none of my buddies do that. I didn't ever want to do it. It hurt me so bad to have to lie and say, I'm going to do it this time. But I couldn't. It was beyond me. I tried for 34 years to stay clean and sober, and I could never do it. Thank God for that honorable judge up there said, hey, guilty, sit your butt down. You need to learn something. And it took me a lot to learn it. I still didn't learn it right off, people. I mean, I got kicked out 3 months in or 4 months in up at the Hill place. Got sent to Erlanger, Kentucky to the Grateful Life Center. Jumped the fence in a week because my son was missing. Yeah, right. That's why I did it, right there. My son was missing. Of course, I had to go find him. No, I didn't. I went and got high. You know what? I love my son more than anything in this world. Today, I get to be his daddy. I'm going to cry. Today, I get to be his daddy. I wanted to be his daddy then. I just couldn't stop. I could not stop. STOP wasn't a big red sign in front of drugs, people. I just could not do it. I had to be honest. I had to be willing. I had to be open-minded. I had to be called on my BS. And I had to have a higher power. Had to. Now, the great thing about your higher power is if you don't believe in God, that's all right. You don't have to. You don't have to believe in Allah. You don't have to believe in nothing you don't want to believe in. You believe like Avatar, the Tree of Life. Hey, I can buy into that. You know, even if I didn't believe in God, I can buy into that. Everything's connected. You can have that. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Your own conception. Your own conception. You know, like last week I was telling you, just get a piece of paper. It's easy. If I was going to have a higher power, what would he be like? Well, he'd probably be nice. Giving, forgiving, healing. Make it up. Make it up. You'll come to believe eventually. I believe. I don't know. My aunt got sober on a ball peen hammer. I've told y'all that a million times. And you know why? Because it's a fact. 25 years of fantastic sobriety. The ball peen hammer. You know what she said? She said, when that ball peen hammer breaks, I'm going to have a drink. She wasn't talking about the handle. She's talking about the steel in it. And it was no longer able to be used, broken, and it was okay for her to have a drink. And that day never came. That day never came. She passed away in a vehicle accident, hit a dump truck head on, and she was sober all the way up to that day. As far as I know, she died happy. You know, besides the tragedy, you know, she was a great woman. And I, you know, with an ominous warning there, was I got to speak. I think it was like her 10-year birthday, and I was a kid. You know, I can't believe they let me speak. I don't even think I was nice about it. I just remember throwing plates and stuff at my cousins, and that's what I told everybody. Yep, that was my aunt. She throw plates at people. She said, "Get it," and if you didn't get it, you was in the head with a plate. You know, real alcohol. You know what? My arm this morning, I didn't pay no attention because look where I'm at right now. Recovering addict, alcoholic, sicker than most. Sicker than most. So, some sicker than others. Matter of fact, I'm wearing the shirt today. I didn't even pay no attention. Some sicker than others. I know I'm sick, people. I have no problem. I kind of welcome the fact that I am sicker than others. You know what? I am glad that I'm an addict. I'm glad that I'm an alcoholic. And you know why? Because I like who I am today. I love me. I love me. There was a time in my life I couldn't stand me. Today I love me. Trying to see a fly. Wah, 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 wah. I'm going blind, people. But, yeah, today I just love me. If I didn't go through everything I went through, I wouldn't be who I am today. If everything went perfect and I didn't become a drug addict, I didn't become an alcoholic, I might have been a miserable, egotistical? Well, I am that. I don't know. I probably wouldn't change much. But I don't know. I'm sure life wouldn't have been no better. But I tell you this, I probably wouldn't be helping people. I probably wouldn't have this great big heart that I want to share with the world. I wouldn't be here doing what I love to do, and that's to help people. To see you all are my people. What do you say, Austin? Hello, Vanessa. How are you doing, my friend? Dion was on here earlier. I told him to give you a call. But, yeah, it's just, man. Whew. I get to be a dad to my son. You know what? I ain't told y'all for a while, but you know what he told me one day? I tell you, this is how my brain works. I was like, I'm getting like, man, I'm a piece of crap, Dad. In recovery. You know why? Because I'm up here doing podcasts. I'm going to meetings every night. I'm not spending no time with him. I'm out doing the deal, living the life of an addict. You know what? And I know that he didn't ask for all that. He said, oh God, hold up, that addict, I want to be his son. He didn't do that. He didn't ask for that. He's blameless. It's not his fault. None of it. It's all my fault. And I know that. So I feel guilty sometimes, and I think, you know what, I ain't a good dad. And then that mental thing that I had going, that perception problem just compounds it. Boom, boom, boom. Stuff. My Stephen don't even love me. You know what I mean? My own kid don't even love me. And I just, sorry, pity pot dude. All right, give me a pity pot chair up here. I was going to do that a long time ago, I forgot. But, yeah, you know, I was just stuck in pity. Self-pity. And I was walking by his door one night, going to the bathroom. Oh, there he playing his video games like he does, headphones on, just not even paying no attention. I said, hey. He looked back and said, huh. I said, I love you. He said, I love you too. And I said, do you really? He said, more than anything in this world, Daddy, I love you to pieces. I love you. I just started crying. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe that he loved me that much. You know, when I tell you all that I put recovery in front of everything, I really do. I put it before God. And the reason why is because if I didn't have recovery, I wouldn't have God. It's sad. I grew up Catholic. But God didn't turn his back on me. My mom didn't turn her back on me. My family didn't turn their back on me. None of that. Because you know how I know that? Because when I got sober and clean, when I come back home, they were still there. They didn't leave. They never left. God was still there. God was probably with me the whole route, carrying me through all that crazy stuff. Lord knows I can't handle all that. You know how many friends I had pass away? A bunch of them. I can't handle it. I mean, a couple of weeks ago when I did that, I put my thing on there, We Still Have Voices or whatever, I had to quit the show early because I couldn't handle the pain of living through it again. Some days I can, some days I can't. I just, down to the days I know God's got me. I know he's got me because he helps me through it. Powerful segment tonight. I don't know. I didn't even want to get all crazy stuff, but y'all know I don't do this. I don't make up a storyline. This is about as real as it's going to ever get. It's uncut, true recovery right here, and it's because I don't want to lie to you. I don't get into a book and talk about the books. I don't get in here and talk about whatever I planned all day. Because if I plan it all day, I'll tell you what happens is I'll lie to you. So I'm a liar. I am. They'll catch me all the time, or I catch myself, and I gotta say, oh, my bad, I lied. Y'all seen me do it. I don't aim to do it. I've just done it so many times it just comes right out the end of my mouth, and boom, I told a lie. And I got to make that right now. Right now, I don't want to lie to you. today I want people to believe in me. I'm tired of letting people down. I don't want to let people down no more. Thank God for recovery. If you're out there struggling, people, reach out. I promise you, if you quit today, your sobriety date will be 2/9/2021. I know what you're thinking. Well, today's the 8th. Yeah, but you don't get your sobriety date until the next day. Your first full day of sobriety is your sobriety date. And you can have that just like I do. As a matter of fact, you could have a better life. I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, how free do you want to be? Reach out, and I'll get you a bed in the recovery center in the morning. It's my deal. I don't know. I got a phone number I call, and we can get you in a room. I don't care. I've had people come up to me and say, "Can you help me out?" And I'll say, "Yeah." And then they go home and tell their mom, "Well, they wasn't in no rooms." Probably could put 3 people in there. I don't know. It's just it's all been good to me, and there's people out there that care. There are people out there that care about you, and I am one of them. That's why but when I end the show every time, I say, "I believe in you. I have faith in you." I'm not quitting the show right now, though, because we still got time left. You stuck with me. Each time go to commercial. How? Parents of addicted loved ones, you are not alone. We meet Thursday nights, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the United for Recovery office, 860 West Stephen Foster, Bardstown, Kentucky, 40004. You can reach us at 502-348-3329. Ask for Terry. Tell your friends with Chuck Brothers Recovery loud and proud. How are you doing today? You can find us on the internet, www.powgroup.org. Parents of addicted loved ones, you are not alone. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. All this helps with algorithms and all that great stuff. See, the thing is, people, it's not about the money to me. But if we can get out there and reach people, and they hear something that I say that might save their life today, they might get sober tomorrow. Go figure, right? I mean, it would be nice if they pay me to do this. But I'll tell you what I would do. I'd probably donate it all away anyways. I'm good today. You know what I got? I'll tell you what I got. Got a rundown house up here. I got a couple vehicles. They're older. They're good enough for me. I get to sit down at the dinner table with my son. I get to eat dinner with him every night. An old junkie like me, 5 grams intravenous user every day. My ex-wife never smoked cigarettes. I got sole custody. That's what happens in recovery. I see it over and over and over again. I know a guy that had 85 years in prison, like 40-something felonies, a terrorist charge. He has got gun rights back. He was pardoned by the governor in recovery. Another guy, same deal. Several felonies. Got in recovery. Boom. Governor pardoned him. These are things that happen in recovery. God works, people. I know this isn't a religious program, this is a spiritual, but I'm going to tell you, if you get clean, you get all this stuff out of you, you work some steps, you do a 4th step and you do a 5th, don't be scared. You already know. God already knows. Don't tell me I don't care. Just give it away. See, now you're free from all that. Now you can go do big things. Big things. that can change your life. That I hear it all the time, oh, it's impossible. It's impossible. There is nothing impossible in recovery. Hands down. I don't deserve to have custody of my son. I got track marks all the way up my arms. You can't see them, but you could if you was here. I don't deserve it. I got way more than I ever deserved. And I tell you, I'm happier than a lark. $1 million smiles, people. I might frown sometimes, I might not, I don't know, but I tell you, it don't matter because I'm happy where I'm at. I got to face tribulations. I got to. That's how we learn. If I was happy-go-lucky all the time, I would never learn nothing. I got to have the ups, I got to have the downs. And with every down, I got to look at it like, hey, you're getting a lesson right now. You better pay attention because God's trying to tell you something. You need to learn something. It's not all bad, people. It seems bad, but you know what? There's not one thing in my life, not one thing that has kept me down. I am 100% successful to this point. And you are too, because you're sitting here 100% successful. You have no excuses. You are a success. You are alive. You are sitting here listening to me run my mouth. So that makes you 100% successful. Period. And you never fail unless you give up. When you give up is when you fail. When you're in that dirt, pushing daisies up, you fail. Maybe, unless you do something right, change your life. I don't know, I just get really passionate about it. I apologize about that. I really don't apologize because it's the truth. People need to hear that. I was a kid, just like my 12-year-old boy when I was 43 years old. I got in recovery and become a man, and I am 100% grateful. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you. Because I deserve to be buried out there at Boot Hill. That's where I deserve to be. How I made it through, I don't know. Because somebody like me cared enough to share something with me that sunk in. It wasn't always something I liked. I've been told to sit down, shut up, and take the cotton out of my ears and put it in my mouth. You know, that's how they do it. You know, it's not always nice. Sometimes we got to tell you and be mean so you get it. As a drug addict, you expect that anyway. People just treat you bad, right? I don't know. You don't have to. I try to treat everybody nice. But I will call you on your BS. Might not like it. And I might let you buy with the first 2-3 times. I don't care if you're in recovery or not. You just feed me a line of shit, I'm going to tell you it's a line of shit. Because it might save your life. It might save your life. United for Recovery. Education, prevention, support. United for Recovery, 860 West Stephen Foster, Bardstown, Kentucky, 40004. You can reach us at 502-348-1879. Please leave a message. 502-510-4328. Ask for Lisa. Tell her you're a friend of Chuck Brothers Recovery Loud and Proud. How are you doing today? I wonder how many people do this. You're probably like, I wish Chuck would saying that. But anyways, you can find them at www.unitedforrecovery.org. Unitedforrecovery.org. Please go underneath the resource tabs. You'll find things about like Casey's Law. What you need to do, what you don't need to do, what you should do. Recovery centers. Halfway houses, sober living. Male, female, female child, male, female. All kinds of great information right there underneath that resource tab. www.unitedforrecovery.org. United for Recovery and POW Group are really good friends of mine. They're great supporters of mine. and they do a lot for the community. They are not addicts. They are not alcoholics. They have them in their families. They've been through it. Some of them's lost them. I'll tell you, people, his groups right here are a plethora of information. Good information. Good information. Use the resources. This is all free. This costs you nothing. Costs you nothing. Anyways, be sure to like and subscribe, follow us on YouTube and all that good stuff. I'm running out of time. And I promised you, Chuck Brothers, how you use your 4 milligram nasal Narcan. So, you're out at the bar drinking when you're not supposed to be drinking because you're in recovery. No, I'm just kidding. You're out riding, you go to McDonald's. Man, I tell you what, I got to run here and go to the bathroom real quick. I'm squirming. Oh man, walk in the door and there's somebody laid in the floor, got a needle hanging out on. It happens, people. When I was shooting dope and I was sick, I didn't go all the way back home. I was sick. I needed me right now. So that's where it happens at parking lots and restaurants and all that. First thing you do is not call 911. I know it says on the package, call 911. I'm telling you right now, don't call 911. First thing you do is you roll them over on their side. Kind of where their knees touching, their foot touching, and their shoulder. That way they're kind of propped up on their side. You pull your Narcan out of the package. Put your fingers right there. Thumb on the plunger. All the way up the nostril. Till your fingers touch the nose. Push the plunger. Do not push the plunger before you take it out of the nose. You only get one shot with these. Now, call 911. And the reason I say that is because you have seconds matter. Seconds matter. Put the lifesaver in first, and then you got a little more time, right? That's my philosophy. All right. And the reason I tell you that is because when you call 911, they're going to say, where are you at? What's your location? Are they blue? Are they green? Are they purple? Whatever. Are they doing dope? Are they overdosed? Blah, 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 blah. All this time you could have done give them Narcan and maybe saved their life, right? 4 milligram nasal Narcan will save your life 92% of the time, 8 minutes after overdose. Not 100%, 92% of the time. Now, 3 minutes gone by. They're not moving. Man, you know what? 2 come in a box. Oh, that's the reason why, because you know what? 1 might not be enough. Same thing, you put your fingers right there, thumb on the plunger, up the other nostril, till the fingers touch their nose, push the plunger. By this time, help should be arriving. Always call 911 when you see an overdose. Always call 911. And the reason why is Narcan's half-life is shorter than the half-life of opiates. So you can go back into overdose when the Narcan wears off. So always call 911. Always call 911. And if you're Kentucky, and this is kind of, it just sounds so crappy what it is, but if you stick around and you're worried about going to jail, don't worry about that if you're in Kentucky, because Kentucky Senate Bill 192, the heroin bill, provides immunity from arrest if someone calls 911 to save a life of a person who has overdosed on drugs and stays with that person until help arrives. One more time. Provides immunity from arrest if someone calls 911 to save the life of a person who has overdosed on drugs and stays with that person until help arrives. You have no reason to let your buddy die. No reason. I've been through this with my own buddy. He did not make it. They didn't search my house. They didn't take me to jail. They tried to save his life. Unfortunately, he did not make it. But I'm here to tell you they will give you immunity. I called 911 because I didn't want my buddy to die. I stayed there giving mouth-to-mouth and chest compressions for 30 minutes waiting on the ambulance because I didn't want my buddy to die, and I didn't want him to die alone. Call 911, people. Call 911. I can't stress it enough. Here's the deal, people. I love each and every one of y'all. I believe in you. You can do this. I did it. I've been through it. It sucks. It gets better. Life sucks, but it sucks 100% better sober. Here to testify on my life about it. You got this. Chuck Brothers cover down proud. Woo woo!
First you gotta understand the sand that he's walking through. Silence by default, but it's never been his fault. Following the code, hanging around nothing but adults. Cause he was treading water in the pool of good intentions. Always would envision a mission, but no one listened. Wishing to be noticed, hoping they would see him glisten. Beating pots and pans with his hands in the kitchen. They bashing on his passion cause he made his own decisions. Stitching the incisions, never brought with those opinions. In addition, started drinking, never mixed it with some thinking. Sinking into loneliness and living for the weekend. Waking up confused and popping pills for his amusement. Loving his guitar, but to the drugs he had to lose it. He wants to hit the road but doesn't own a car to cruise it. Now he's all alone with a cup of purple juices. Laughing with the mattress, scratching at his bruises. Jack off to an actress that he's watching in a movie. He's never getting action, girls are scared of his delusions. If legends never die, how it's not the kid to prove it. Never walk alone. Never walk alone. And life's a battle. You can flee from people, but evil to travel in the shadows. Never walk alone. Never walk alone. And life's a battle. You can flee from people, but evil they travel in the shadows. His buzz was getting weaker with the more that he done. Instead of being fun, it made him apathetic and numb. He take a look into the mirror and hated what it become. A fucking bum, thought the world be better off when he's gone. Plan to take so many drugs that he may never wake up. But he done spent his last $30 on Xanax and rum. He caught his grandma up and said, I need some money for dress clothes. I got a job, ma. I can't
Little Steven, give him back. Woo woo.
He won't last tomorrow, so he don't give a fuck about the cash that he borrows. She told him she'd be over around 8:30 or 9. It was 1 o'clock and he was too impatient to die. Ravaging through all the stuff for anything he could find, trying to find something that could take the pain before 9. Then she called him back and told him that she had a surprise. He didn't know if he could wait, but he said, fuck it, I'll try. We never walk alone. Never walk alone. And life's a battle. You can flee from people, but evil to travel in the shadows. Never walk alone. Never walk alone. And life's a battle. You can flee from people, but evil to travel in the shadows. At 8:45, 2 cars pulled into his drive. He's on the car, but another car followed behind. She said, I'm proud of you, and good jobs are harder to find. But if you're gonna work, then we got right. Look, I bought this car for you from your Uncle Jack. We wanna see you succeed, don't gotta pay me back. It's got a lot of miles, but it's been maintained. I just wanna see you happy, it's never too late to change things. And here's your $50, I hope it's enough. At Salvation Army, that might even get you a tux. She hugged him hard and said, I hope it's get you out of your funk. And I brought you some groceries in the back of the trunk. Then he broke down and told her what he's planning to do. He said, I didn't get the job, ma, I wish it was true. You'll never understand the battle, cause the demons are strong. And I hate to admit it, but I done lost and they won. And all I ever really wanted was a moment of silence. These voices in my head are telling me to be violent. I try praying to God, but he don't ever respond. But these voices go away whenever I take a bump. Then she dropped the keys and started gasping for air. Oh my God, my breath, take a seat in the chair. We sat her down and then Uncle Jack hopped out of the car. She continued to struggle, but now she's grabbing his arm. And Uncle Jack shouted, call 911, you're a fucking coward, Howard, damn it, look what you've done. A piece of shark can break a camel's back and you were the one. My brother took his life cause you're his piece of shit of a son. How it screamed, I never knew him when he died, I was young. This is not my fucking fault, cause I get high to have fun. But you can call the cops yourself, look, I gotta run. And I'ma take my fucking life, cause that's what all of us want. We never walk alone. Never walk alone. And life's a battle. You can flee from people, but evil to travel in the shadows. Never walk alone. Never walk alone. And life's a battle. You can flee from people, but evil they travel in the shadows. Snatched the keys from the ground and hopped in the car. Uncle Jack started to run, but didn't follow him far. Was more concerned about his mother and the shape of her heart. He watched the car vanish while his mother died in his arms. How it's like an hour from that shitty apart. He's half a bottle deep and moving on to the hard shit. Pulled over, rolled $1 for a line of some coke. He sniffed it up his nose, his tongue was numb, it tickled his throat. No more twitching, got his fix, and now he's starting to think. Took a drink, opened the door so he could fall to his knees. Started praying for his granny, hoping she was at peace. Then his prayer got interrupted by the sound of police. Freeze right there!
My dog, Dollar Green Intros. Dollar Green Intros.
So fucking stop and frisk. He wants to just be off the grid. Sniffed another line and fucking chase it down with confidence. It's time to face the consequences. Knows that if the cops will get him, he'd be left with nothing but a dirty cotton pot to piss in. It's impossible to find a drip of optimism out of second chances. Too bad no one ever stopped to listen. Now he's planning out a.
Dear Heavenly Father, I pray for your hand to come down on this earth and touch the very soul of our planet. Heal it, because I know it needs it more than anything in this world. I want to pray for the sick and still suffering, the COVID-19, that you find a way to cure this and get it out of our lives and help us get out and be free people again. Look down on our government and help them understand peace is the only way. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray for the plants, the trees, the dogs, the animals, that we can all live on this planet not hurting any of us. I pray in your Son's name, Jesus Christ, the one that you put out on the cross so he died for our sins. I know we turn around and we smack you in the face and we laugh and do all the wrong that we do after you went through so much pain just so we could have a chance to have eternal life with you. I beg and pray, Lord, that you reach down and help us one more time. Maybe we can get it right. Thank you, Lord. In your name, Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Whoop, whoop.